Hi, everybody. Welcome to this is confinement day number 5, and we're going to be doing a video today about how to do the simplifying with radicals. So this one, I think a lot of people were having trouble with. I guess the video that they had showed wasn't very good. So let's start with these problems that you guys can see on the screen right here. So what I would do is I would start by organizing these by the ones that are under the square root and the ones that are not. So I'm just going to change the order. If you guys notice, there's a 6 here and a 2 here. Those numbers are being multiplied. So if it's okay with everyone, I'll go ahead and multiply those together to get 12. And then you guys know that if you have two things and they're both under the square root, that you could combine it to one big square root if you want to. So I want to. That's what I'm going to do. So I now have 15. God, let's see if I can get my handwriting. Okay, I'm still waiting to get a mouse. So 15y to the 4th. And then we have 20y squared. Okay, so hopefully you guys can read that okay. So I really wish I could do this on paper because I think it would be a little bit clearer, but that's okay. We'll work with what we have. So what I'm going to do now is break everything down because a square root, like in order to take the square root of a number, you need to have it like appearing twice, right? Like for example, the square root of 4 is 2 because 2 times 2 is 4. The square root of 9 is 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. So I want to go ahead and break these down into their pieces. So 15 I'll factor to be 3 times, oops, let me see if I can erase that. That was not what I meant to write. That's going to be 3 times 5, right? And then for the y's, that's going to be y, 4 of them. You guys know how I love expansion. So I would write out 4 y's here for the y to the 4th. And then for the 20, I'm going to go ahead and call that 5 times 4. 5 times 4. And then for the y squared, I'm going to call that y times y again. Okay, so hopefully you guys know that to take a number out of the square root, you need to have like multiple of that same number. Okay, so you need to have exactly two of them. So let's see, is there a pair that would go with the 3? No. Is there a pair that would go with the 5? Yes. So how many 5s do I have? Exactly 2. But since it's under the square root, when you take it out, you're going to have 1 5 left on the outside. So my pen isn't going to be exactly the same color because this is a little tricky, but let's take a 12 here. And then that's going to be times my new 5 that I've just taken out. So if you guys see that I'm taking out a 5 there, right? Okay, then you want to see how many pairs of y's you have. Let's do this one in green. So there's one group of y's, and then there's another group of y's, and then there's a third group of y's. So that would be 3 total y's, which would leave me with y cubed. And then you just want to double check that nothing else can come out. So if you guys notice, 3 and 4 both don't have a pair, so that's going to stay on the inside, okay? So let me change that back to blue. And we're going to have the square root of 3 times 4. The square root of 3 times 4 is just 12, right? So let's go ahead and put everything together back to the beginning. So 12 times 5 is equal to 60. And then leave the y cubed just how it is. And then we're going to put back together the 12. And this is exactly how you should input it into the response into Khan Academy. And that'll give you the final answer. Okay, so everybody see that? Hopefully that one's clear. I think in the interest of time, not bore you guys to death, I'm just going to do one more. Okay, so I think out of these, I think you guys will probably get the 72. You just got to break this down into its factors, okay? So you want to break 72 down into as many factors as you can. I'm thinking maybe let's do this one here. So for this one, what we're going to do is we're going to combine it all into one big square root and break everything apart. So 2 is already as simple as it gets. Same with A. Now I have 14. So the 14 is going to be 2 times 7. And then I have A cubed, okay? So that's A times A times A. Okay, after that, I have the last one, which is 5A. So 5 is as simple as it gets, and A is as simple as it gets. Okay, so now what you need to do is do the same thing I was doing before where you're looking for pairs, okay? So there's a pair of 2's. I'm seeing that one, so I'll put that 2 on the outside. Then, I love these colors. These are kind of cool. Then we got some A's here. So there's an A, an A, an A, and an A. So I'm looking at 2 pairs of A with 1 A left over. So if I have 2 pairs of A, that's going to be A squared. And then everything else does not have a pair, so that just stays under the square root, okay? So go ahead and put back everything that's left over. That's going to leave me with 7 times 5 times A. So go ahead and multiply those together. 7 times 5 is 35, and then that's going to be times the A. Okay, I just want, as a last thing, I want you guys to know that today in our meeting, we're going to go over this if you need help. So I can do some more examples just like I'm doing here if you guys are getting stuck on this. But hopefully this was clear and you guys have a better idea. This would be the final answer that you would put into Khan Academy. Hope you guys are doing okay. Let me know if you need anything. Please make sure you're checking Google Classroom every day. You guys rock. Thanks for watching my video. See you soon.